China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi visited Ethiopia in a show of his nation's support for Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government amid a year-long civil war with rebels from northern Tigray region. Wang's visit comes as Abiy faces mounting pressure from Western government over the conflict that caused a humanitarian crisis with thousands of people dead and more than 1 million in need of food aid. The comradeship of Ethiopia and China is growing, and China has the desire to further strengthen this relationship. We understand the situation in Ethiopia very well. Ethiopia has the history, the acumen, and the capacity to solve this problem. Footage of Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed working and speaking to military commanders as patriotic music played in the background were distributed by the Prime Minister's office to local media. Meanwhile, the UN and the African Union stressed the need on Wednesday for a ceasefire. Cote said the resumption of aid delivery to Tigray's capital city indicated a small hint of hope.
Where do you stand on it? What do you want to see happen?
We are really doing exactly the same. 157 trucks arrived to Mekelle, and a new convoy is moving. So the humanitarian aid has effectively restarted. I mean, probably not as much as we would like, but that is a good signal.
Tens of thousands of people have been killed in the war that erupted in November 2020 between Ethiopian troops and the Tigray forces, who had long dominated the national government before Ahmed took office in 2018.
A new study has shown that global warming has played a minor role in the famine situation in southern Madagascar, blaming poverty and natural climate variability. The southern part of the Indian Ocean island has been hit by a drought unseen in decades, which has plunged more than 1 million people into acute malnutrition. In June, the World Food Programme described this crisis as the first famine caused by global warming due to human activities. However, the World Weather Attribution has attributed the situation to the drastic change in rainfall patterns due to a rainfall deficit of 24 consecutive months between July 2019 and June 2021. Financing adaptation to the impact of global warming is one of the most sensitive issues in international climate negotiations, with developing countries demanding more help from rich countries to cope with the crisis.
Pope Francis arrived on the divided island of Cyprus Thursday, and migration is a key feature of his visit. 2 Cameroonian asylum seekers have lived in a small blue tent for some 6 months, but now they hear they could be among the chosen ones to be rescued by Pope Francis during this week's papal trip and taken to Italy. The papal visit is drawing fresh attentions to the plight of migrants on Europe's borders and the Gulf.
So much happy. Like, obviously, that will be the best thing so far for me right now. If I have that opportunity to go back with him, then I will be so much grateful. If he can do this for me, then I'll so much love it. So I'll be happy if I have that opportunity.
I know that Paul will help me, in me, because I have that belief in me, because I'm a Catholic Christian. Yeah, so I have that belief that as Pope have heard our case, no, that means our case will be solved. And that is the belief that I have.
Experts say the Greek Cypriot authorities don't want to set an example that could trigger a surge of migrants seeking to cross over from the north.
If they allow this couple to enter in the Republic of Cyprus, in the areas controlled by the Republic of Cyprus, then it would be a starting point of waves of potential applicants who will try to enter in the Republic of Cyprus through the Green Line. And also, from a legal point of view, their argument is that the Green Line is not a border line.
Cyprus has seen a spike in migrant arrivals this year a 38% increase in the first 10 months compared to all of last year, that it has formally asked the European Commission to let it stop processing asylum claims altogether. South African president meets with his Ivorian counterpart in Abidjan as he continues his tour of West African states. As he did in Nigeria on Wednesday, Ramaphosa slams pandemic health appetite, which he described as a slap in the face of African excellence and expertise.
As South Africa, we stand firmly against any form of health apartheid in the fight against this pandemic. I want to use this opportunity, Your Excellency, to once again call on countries that have imposed these travel restrictions to urgently reconsider their decision and lift those bans and allow people to travel.
South African scientists announced on November 25 that they had detected a highly mutated form of the coronavirus. The variant had since been reported in many countries in Europe, India, and United States.
Despite numerous calls for South Africans to get vaccinated, many remain unfazed by the emergence of the new Omicron variant. In informal settlements in Johannesburg, people can be seen going about their day without face masks. The country's scientists detected a new variant last week, triggering global panic. Corona is painful. You get terrible headaches. 1 minute you feel hot and then feel cold the next. It's really painful, and I believe that it does exist. However, I can't really say I know anyone in this community who has died from corona.
I think
people have lost all hope when it comes to protection from COVID-19. I think many of them have developed the mindset that whatever happens, happens. They've lost hope and are not worried anymore about this new variant compared to the one before. For Isaac Moyana, who runs a small barber shop on the side of the road, people should take the virus seriously and get vaccinated in order to avoid another lockdown. The problem is that COVID-19 isn't going anywhere. The government is trying to encourage people to get vaccinated so that we can survive and continue working. Without employment, we won't be able to survive, especially those of us who hustle for a living. We don't have special jobs, we hustle and can't afford to go into lockdown. So let's all go and get vaccinated, wear our masks, wash our hands and socially distance. Vaccine hesitancy continues to impede South Africa's vaccine rollout plan, with only about 25% of the country's population vaccinated so far.